These games right before the break where guys got flights out, maybe tonight or tomorrow, they're thinking about being with their family and stuff. Are those ever like tricky games right before the break?
Yeah, I think we do a reasonably good job of that, but I had a good feel the way we approached it and the way, we had some little bit of sickness. That's why Julian didn't play tonight. He was really sick the last 2 days. And, Air Force is not a game that you can just show up and play. Never, maybe Tyson could or Al could because they've played against him for 4 years. But if you've never played against him before and you're not here to prep, it's pretty tough. So, but and also, when I was going back and scouting our last year's games against them, they were almost identical to this. We ended, you forget about that because you're like, oh, wait, we won by 30-something. And then when I watched that film, they were ahead 27-25. And then our run was amazing. And so you just can't let that frustrate you. And you can't, you just got to keep sawing wood and possession by possession and wear them out a little bit. And I thought we did a pretty decent job of that because, we didn't make a ton of shots tonight, a ton of threes, and we just were pretty workmanlike with our offense and did some good stuff, though. Got high percentage shots, shot 60% in the second half. But, yeah, I thought our guys did a real nice job, and I thought the staff and the players did a great job of adjustments in the second half. We adjusted to their press a little bit better and attacked it, and we got some good buckets out of that. And then, we switched some stuff on defense that I think helped us a little bit. So, but it was the guys that, they just kept grinding and did a good job second half.
Was that the message at halftime? Just kind of keep at it?
Yeah, like I said, we made, like I said, slight adjustments, and you got to every game. And our guys are good at that because we did that. Some stuff helped us, but it was their mindset that no panic, no, just keeps on wood.
You've been waiting for a huge game from Al for a while, and now you got it tonight. Just what can you say about the way he?
Well, the synergy with him and Omar was really encouraging because, that I felt that coming, and it's one of those. You just need to play with guys for the more you can play. We tried to play a lot in the fall and get these guys used to each other. But like I always say, there's nothing like game experience. Well, they got really comfortable with each other because you have to. I mean, Omar knows now that, hey, if I roll hard and jump, he's going to throw it, and away we go. And Al's getting comfortable with that. So, he was so effective. They had him down for 12 assists. We had him for 13, which would tie the school record. So there will be an inquiry. But no, we did some really good stuff. Shot 60% in the second half, and we were really, really efficient. And, we've got a lot more growth we can do, both offensively and defensively. And the beauty of it now is because you played an afternoon game, these guys can get out tonight. And some of them are, a lot of them are, and then they get home and they get 3 full days at home, and then we're back on Christmas Day. So we'll come back refreshed, ready to go, and ready to pick up where we left off. Because right after Christmas, you got a league game on the road.
Who do you petition to get that? Is it the Mountain West that you petition to for the extra?
No, I don't know. It's the film, and if it's an assist, it's got to be an assist. So.
Outside of the numbers and the stats and everything, just how fun is Alvaro as a watching?
Oh, isn't he great? Yeah, it is. It's so great when you have a point guard that as a coach, we've seen a lot of pictures. We know what the patterns are. We know what's going to happen usually before it happens, kind of. And you're like, oh, I hope the guy makes that play. With Al, he makes those plays almost before you can see them. You're like, whoa, where's he throwing that one? Whack, And, when you break it down, too, we haven't made the shots we're capable of making. I can't wait to see a game where everybody starts making shots and, he could end up 15 to 20 assists. I mean, the way he's playing. And so I just but I've always loved, like I said, we saw him from afar and you're like, that guy knows how to play. And but I love his toughness and his competitive grit and his leadership and all those intangibles that you need from a quarterback, and he's got it.
Have you had a guy like, whether it's the alley-oops, whether it's the full court passes or the thread in the needle, I mean, it's the different variety of passes that he can make, and very rarely is he off with that, and you probably would take that once in a while, but I mean.
Yeah, absolutely.
The alley-oops, and all that, I mean, have you had a guy, when was the last time you've been around a guy that can make some of those passes that he makes?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or is it-
I can't remember.
Try 'em too, I guess.
Right, and that's where the parts all fit together. But I can't think of a
This is not disrespectful. You had some seasons, I'm not sure you had 3 alley-oops all season.
no.
And you had
But
3 in a game.
right, I mean, we've had great players that had their own strengths, but maybe not the point guard, true point that we're seeing right now. And that's what I felt about him all along, and that's what got me so excited about him. And so that's a really neat thing to watch, and so much fun to be able to coach that. And but it's also the parts of all our players too. He brings out the best in Omar. Omar brings out the best in him. Tyson, and on and on and on. Each guy, Meadow, and he's figuring out the strengths of all these guys and making them better, and they're making him better. So it's coming together. And then that's what one of the things that we tell our guys is you got nobody can have unnecessary turnovers, because we want Al to be able to play with freedom so he can have some of those. And everybody agrees to that. They're like, yeah, let him throw some of those. We want him throwing those. So the other guys have to kind of make sure we're not just throwing into the bleachers, because then, he's the only one on the team that we really want with a high turnover game, because when he has a high turnover game, there's probably going to be a lot of assists.
I know it's one game, whatever, but you guys were the preseason Mountain West favorites to be in league play now and, win the first one. Is there any significance to, being 1-0 in league?
Oh, absolutely. It's a heck of a lot better than Christmas 0-1, that, and I know, Air Force beats people. They do. And when you least expect it, usually, too. Like, how many times has that happened where they're playing at somewhere and you're like, oh, they might not have a chance tonight, and then they win those. I mean, the examples are endless, because I've been in this league for a while, and so we never, ever underestimate them. And Joe does a great job with those guys, and, it's America's finest. They're never going to quit, and they're tough, and they're, they get better and better and better as the year goes on, because they just keep plugging away, and they keep doing their job. You can sleep good at night with guys like that out there. Merry Christmas. Where is Jay?